Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, today we will talk about English class 10, first flight, chapter 1, A Letter to God. Dear students, first we will see the introduction of this chapter. A Letter to God is a short story written by Gregorio Lopez Fuentes. He was a Mexican writer, poet, and journalist. The story is set in Latin American country and presents the extreme faith of a man in God. The story, A Letter to God, starts with describing a house which is on the crest of the hill, from where rivers, valleys, cornfields, and the beautiful surroundings can be seen. Lencho, a poor farmer who is the main character of this story, lives with his family in this house, and he was the only house in the entire valley. Dear students, we can see the image of house on the crest here. Now we know that Lencho, the main character of this story, is a farmer. He has owned cornfields and wants a good rain for the better harvest. One day Lencho was very eagerly waiting for a good rain to have a good harvest so that he could earn money for his family. And he is very confident that this year and is very confident that this year the harvest is going to make a huge profit for him. As Lencho hoped good rain for his crops, now it started raining at the time of supper, which gave Lencho a ray of hope. He became extremely happy to see the downpour and compares the raindrops as silver coins, which shows his happiness. But soon his delight turned into despair as the rain changed into hailstones, which destroyed his entire crops. The field had been covered with snow like a layer of white salt. The damage posed a threat to the family's survival. The students, we can see the image of hailstone here. Though Lencho was a poor farmer and had lost all his crops, but he had firm faith in God. He found in God his last hope and decided to write a letter to God for help. He asked God to send him 100 pesos. Peso is a currency of Latin American countries. He asked God to send him 100 pesos so that he can sow his field again and support his family until the new crops were harvested. He also wrote that if God didn't help him, his family would die with hunger. Now, see the postmaster's reaction after reading Lencho's letter to God. After reading Lencho's letter to God, the postmaster laughed, but soon realized that Lencho had firm faith in God and his belief should not be shaken. So he decided to help Lencho with the help of his post office employees. He collected 70 pesos and also contributed a part of his salary and handed the envelope to Lencho himself. Now receiving less money, Lencho became upset. Lencho became angry when he received 70 pesos in the envelope because he demanded 100 pesos. He had a firm faith in God and thought that God cannot neglect his request. So he decided to write a letter again for the rest of money. This time he requested God not to send the rest of the money through the letter because he thought that post office employees were a bunch of crooks who might have who might have stolen his money. Here, bunch of crook means corrupt or unfair person. And at the last, moral of the story. The moral of the story is that optimism and extreme faith in God Almighty can give you a ray of hope even in the darkest times. Then, dear students, these are all about a letter to God. I hope you have followed it better, and now you also read this chapter, a letter to God. And if you have any problem, then call me or message me on my personal WhatsApp. Inshallah, I will try my best to solve your problems. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.